Hey, I'm here today with a great model. Look at this fabulous head of hair I have today. Susan is in the mood for a new look today. And I mean, I have a challenge today because look how good she looks now. So I'm gonna have to make her look even better, which is gonna be easy because she's got this great hair. And Susan decided that she wants to go completely different. You know, she's got this wonderful silver hair that's very thick and wavy. Not as thick as it used to be, but she's still got great hair. Now she's got these little bit of short bangs and this bob shape. What I want to do is completely different. I'm going to go into a layered cut. I'm going to give her more of a uniform shape, which is nice because it's got length on the layering, but we'll have enough hair that this will still tuck in. It'll be kind of a mid-length short haircut. She'll still have length on it so it won't feel severe, but she'll still have lots of body and volume. And at this length, it'll be versatile, Susan. You can wear your hair scrunched with a little wave in it and have it tousled, or she can go a little sleeker, tuck that hair in, and have it really simple looking. And it can still look elegant, and it can still look modern. So what I want to do now is I'm going to shampoo Susan, and when you come back, you'll get to see me do the haircut. We're back here with Susan. I've got her shampooed, and you can see her hair now. I've got her combed out. I found this natural fall where her hair likes to part, but look at all this great wave in her hair. So what I want to do is I want to cut this hair so we can encourage this wave, and she can use it to have that tousled, messy look, or if she smooths it out with a big brush, she'll have volume and softness. My challenge is going to be, how do I make these bangs look longer? Because, thank you, Laura, what I want to do is have the length in the bangs and have the closeness through the sides and the neck with some volume on the top. Having length on the top will make this haircut versatile. She'll be able to have a different look with it, not be so limited. What I'm going to do first is just find the flat of the head, because that tells me where I'm going to leave some length and where I want to have this hair a little closer. So you can see when you hold this comb up here, it tells me where the comb leaves the head is the round of the head, and that's where we want to have that hair closer. So I'm working my way around. You can see that this hair I'm getting out of the way. Same thing on this side. You can see that's where my part's going to be. That tells me where the head rounds, and I know I want to leave length up here. So let's get this out of the way. And you can see her hair started to dry a little bit. Let's dampen it a little bit more, just so this hair behaves. I'm going to cut Susan's hair with a sharp tool. It's our cutting tool that's a razor, and it gives great texture and volume to the hair. And especially on this curly hair, it will encourage her wave and make it really behave for her. So now, you can see the area I've got carved out here. And the reason I have a little lower here is because of the roundness of the head. I'm not going to have a weight line in here, so we don't want a heavy weight in here. Now I'm going to start right here at the sides, and I'm going to do just as if I was using shears, but I have a razor in my hand. So I'm going to converge and cut just as if this was a pair of shears. So I'm going to start right here in front of the ear. And this hanging length here, I'm going to pull this out. I know I want this hair to here, to the ear. Now that way it's kind of my insurance where I can cut shorter, leaving some length on here. So pull this out, converge this, and use my razor to take this section off. Now, when that hair comes down, it'll have soft edges on it. She won't have blunt, heavy lines in here. I'm going to turn a little bit this way. Can you see that easy, Suki? I'm going to turn it this way. Because you can see where that hair is falling out. You can feel the thickness where that hair is ending at. Now, I'm going to work my way around the head. This is a traveling guide. I'm cutting it vertical. These vertical cuts take out weight. It doesn't build up weight, it takes weight out. She's going to have this nice, loose, messy curl. It's the curl that's not tight at the roots, so you don't have lots of tightness to smooth at the scalp. It'll have this really nice, messy curl. Loose waves. Now you see I'm working my way to the back. I can see, I can feel, I can see the guide and I can feel it. So when I converge that together, I know that's my guide that I'm cutting to. And you can see Susan's hair grows low on the neck, so we want to kind of keep that in mind, that we do want to have some length back here. We want to be able to see some hair from the front. So you can see already how that's releasing that curl, and it's just going to be that nice texture in the hair. Still cutting vertical. I'm pulling this together. I see my guide. You take it off. Take another section a little lower. Make sure you got the neckline there. So that comes off right there. This is going to be a major change for Susan, but what a great change, because it's going to change. It'll be the opposite shape. Right now she has the fullness on the bottom. This is going to give her fullness on the top and closeness on the sides. So she won't have that flat crown and this fullness on the back. Now you can see I've got this side. I'm going to do the same thing right in here in front of the ear. Converge this hair. I know when I drop that, I want it to the bottom of the ear, so that's kind of my guide. That's what I go about to get that, determine that length. Take it off. These razors are ideal for this type of look, whether you want. Now I could cut a blunt bob with this also. That bob shape would have movement on the ends with the razor, so you can make it subtle texturizing, or you can do a lot of texturizing with it, just depending on the look that you want. We do this a lot for hair pieces, or hair extensions are great for blending. So no matter what texture hair you have, it really does well on baby fine hair. It's all in the shape that you give the hair. So, I mean, you can over texturize with this where you can feel like you have no hair. So it's all in how you use it. Now see, I'm dragging that down a little lower just to take that corner off there. And already you can see the shape is going to be great on Susan. She's got these great features with this gorgeous hair, so it really will give her still a modern look. And I loved her bob. I think she wears a bob great, but sometimes that you get tired of that. You want to change, you want something new, and that's when you get brave and ready to cut this hair off. Now I had to dampen that just a little bit more, as you can see as it's starting to dry. It just has to be a little wetter here. Already now you can see we have the shaggy shape that's going to be great. Now, lots of texture, lots of messy, loose wave here. Now I've got this top layer. What I want to do with this is bring all of this back. I know we want this. I'm not touching those bangs, and these will work right into the rest of her hair. But what I want to do to this is determine the length on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this straight up. I know I want this hair some length up here, but I don't want this much. So I'm going to just converge this and take this ponytail off just like this. Quickly and easy, very fast, and you get that nice texture in there. Now you'll see this hair that falls down over here is the hair I'll take off. That will tell me where that hair is too long. Now, already, we've got a little different shape. I'm gonna go right through the side where that hair fell. You can see the hair that I cut on the underneath and the hair that I cut on the top. We're going to take the hair off in the middle is where we're going to take off. Back right here, I'm taking off this middle area. You know, I've got this cut on the top and I've got the underneath cut. So it's this middle section. You can feel that little piece that's just too long. So when you converge those two together, you really feel it and see exactly where it needs to come off. And I'm going to work my way around. I'm going to work my way right around to the middle, and I will get to the middle of the head, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. And then I'll check this length and see what I feel about the bottom hanging length here and how this top looks, and then I'll dry this. And then once you dry it, then you really get a good feel of what it's going to do. And you have this insurance where I've left some length at, then I can always cut more. So that is always good to have a little insurance there that you know you can always cut more hair off. Now you can see I'm to the middle here, and I have just that little bit. When I converge that and take it off, it just blends everything together. And then too, because it's cut with the razor, it gives that nice jagged, piecey, ragged edge, and that's the whole effect that you want. Now I'm going to take this hair right in front of the ear. I'm going to this side, and you can see I've cut the top, I've cut the underneath. Now I'm going to blend and take this middle off. And this, just like I said, ensures me that I know I'm leaving length where I want it on, where I want to leave that length at. We want that top to have some fullness, and we don't want it to be too severe on the sides. So she'll have lots of this piecey, ragged edges that'll be very soft and fringy. Now, you see, very little hair came off. I mean, doing those two cuts, cutting that crown that way, this top area, and going around the edges is just quick. It's a quick, easy way to get this effect. Now, you can still see where those bangs were at, And after I've combed this down, you can see the hanging length and you really see what else needs to be done. Now I'm going to take my razor and I'm going to determine the hanging length a little bit better here. I know we want to keep the length on her neck, but just not this long. So you can definitely converge this right here. I'm pulling it down and I'm taking off some of the length. This way it's leaving her still nice and fringy, no blunt edges. Picking this up, almost just doing it with my hands and using the tip of this razor is what it was designed for, was to lift, converge, and take it off. So you get such a nice ragged edge, and that way the hair doesn't look so contrived where every little hair is in place. To me, I think that makes it look matronly, and we want a modern look. Susan looks great. She's got this fabulous hair, this fabulous face, and we want a nice modern look. You can see right in front of the ear. I am back here. I am back trimming on this neckline, bringing this up a little bit more, just so it wasn't too long for the sides. And plus, we want this to really have a good shape and grow out. So even with Susan's neckline, you can see it grows low, so it still has a look of having some length back here, just because it's just a nice neckline. And I've got a little shaping on the front of the ear here. We're going to come back to this side and let's check out this side. Now already you can see her bangs are looking longer. We want those to look a little longer and keep that fringe, because you can see as they have a little length on them, Susan, they'll wave a little bit better with the rest of your hair. When those get just a little growth on them, they'll do even better. And you can see when this hair has got this great texture in it, this is what makes this hair look more modern to me. It's not every hair in place. You letting the hair do what it wants to do and not fighting with it. And that's when you get better results. And you know, women, they just like their hair to look fuller. Flat hair just doesn't look good. It looks older. It can look sparse or finer. So having volume to the hair is always a good thing. Already you can see Susan's hair is taking on a different shape, going in and taking a little bit more around the face just so we don't have such severe bangs there. You can see adding the razor and just making that piecier just where she wants this to blend a little more. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry her. You'll get to see me dry this hair quickly, and I'll use a little bit with my flat iron and we'll do a little checking. Now I'm going to go right through here. Do I want this a little shorter? I can easily go right in here and take a little bit more off. And that's what's so nice about this razor. You use this razor just being creative with it and seeing just what you want to, where you want to take a little more hair off or leave a little more hair. We know we don't want this flat in the crown either, so that's where I'm going right back through the crown. What'll be nice is when these bangs grow in, they'll really fit in nicely with the rest of her hair, and she can keep those or let those grow out. So I think having length in this top, Susan, really gives it a little more versatile when you go to dry this hair and have some body in it. Already you can see we're going to have a nice loose, lots of free hair
I like
here.
it already.
See, you were ready for it. You were ready. Now I'm going to do a little bit of our keratin blow. I'm back here with Susan, and look at this fabulous finish I have on her. You can see this is just some great texture in the hair. Cutting it with that razor really makes it so piecey and jagged, so it gives it that very fringy, shaggy look. And that's what we wanted on Susan's hair. She's got this great texture hair, and we wanted to play it up. Now, if Susan came in with her hair and let it dry naturally, she'd have these very soft, tousled, loose curls. Nothing real tight and fixed. But she has the option of drying this hair out smooth and having it a little piecier and having more volume in it. Right now, I'm putting a little bit of the Max Wax on it. And the Max Wax is a pomade, and it gives it a little hold without being stiff. And putting just a dab of it in your hands and just putting it on a film it on your hands, then you can block this in and you get all this nice pieciness, and it really plays up the haircut. If you feel like you don't get the hair tousled enough, adding a little wax or the pomade to it really plays up the texture. Now, Susan, it goes with Susan's look. She looks so good. She's got these great features and wonderful makeup, and you see how she dresses so nice. Now, her hair really suits her. I enjoyed cutting your hair today, Susan, and you're going to have to come back and let me cut your hair again.
I will.
And I hope you enjoy this, and thanks for watching, y'all.